This Friday, August 22nd, the moon is going to completely disappear. This is not just any new moon, okay? This is a very rare event, and this is exactly why witches call it the black moon. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can use it to help transform your life. Good morning, witches. I thought I would pop on here a little bit early before work just to get this video up for you guys because I think it's such an important event. This Friday, the moon completely disappears from the sky. And this is not just any new moon. This is a very rare lunar event, and this is something that can really help to transform your life. Let me know, will you be doing anything for the black moon? Comment down below. I'd love to know, have you practiced with the black moon before? And if not, what are you wanting to do during this time? Also, I will be filming my ritual events on a vlog format, and that will be posted up like earlier next week, where I share my rituals throughout the black moon festivities that I'm celebrating. So what is a black moon? A black moon is kind of like a blue moon. So you know that phrase, once in a blue moon? This is the same thing, but for new moons. This specific new moon or black moon is actually going to be a seasonal black moon, which means this one is actually the third of 4 within a season. These black moons are exceptionally rare. They happen only once about every 32 months or so, and that's if you don't miss it and are paying attention. Black moons could also only happen during specific months of the year. Very specifically, they can only happen during February, May, August, and November. And black moons always happen right before a solstice or an equinox. And fun fact, we will actually be getting 3 black moons in a row in the year 2033, which is pretty amazing. I think that's a pretty magical number for that year. So mark it down in your calendars, don't miss out. It's pretty auspicious. Okay, so why does it matter, right? So spiritually, these black moons hold a whole lot of symbolism. They hold the symbolism of emptiness, rebirth, the void, liminality. They hold the threshold. They hold the energy of cloaking and protection. And you can do so many different kinds of workings during this time. A lot of people like to fearmonger and say you shouldn't do a working during a new moon because it's not safe. It's a bunch of bullshit, to be completely honest. I actually love new moons, and it's one of my favorite times of the lunar cycle. So what can you do during a new moon? Specifically, even more so during this very rare black moon. So in general, a new moon is super great for cleansings, banishings, liminal thresholds. Bindings are super great. Hexes, jinxes, curses, crosses, and pretty much any and all baneful workings. Anything you do not want anybody to catch on to that you're doing something or you're working them, that's a great time for this. This is the time for cloaking yourself, and no one can really tell that you're doing workings on them. Perfect time for that. This is a perfect time for resetting up your wards as well. This is something I do quite often, not always. Keep in mind, I'm never going to give you my exact schedule, but very often, from time to time, I do find myself doing them on a new moon because it's just a good time for it. This energy is also really excellent for any type of workings that are involving anger, whether you're putting anger into the ritual to fuel it or if you're wanting to heal anger. It's also great for healing and workings for supporting people with addictions. This is a great time for protection and energy calling. So calling your energy back, cord cutting, also super good. So what kind of workings can I do for like one of these super black moons, right? So I made a small little list compiled here, and these are my favorite like rituals to do during these times. I've only done them a handful of times, of course, but I've never missed a black moon. So we have inner phoenix work. So inner phoenix work is the energy of death and rebirth. So having a little death and a rebirth. So if that's something that you want to let go of, for example, like a bad habit, like eating poorly, or self-deprecation, something like that, like purging that and sacrificing that as a little death, and then reclaiming and cleansing yourself through the fire of the phoenix is an excellent ritual. This is actually a ritual I do at the end of every year towards the new year. And you know, once in a while, sometimes you need a little extra, and if you need a little more support, it's perfect for this time. We also have dragon work. Now, dragon work is a little bit more of like your inner animal. Inner phoenix work is about death, rebirth, and transformation, but it's also about burning away cycles that no longer serve you and rising from the ashes, renewed and rejuvenated. This isn't about harnessing power like it is with dragon work, but about embracing endings and using them to fuel your transformation. Right, next we have inner dragon work. Inner dragon work is literally chef's kiss, okay? So this is all about raw power. It's about discipline and confrontation. It's about the dragon really represents an untamed force within yourself. This is primal will, buried rage within yourself, hidden strength. Working with the inner dragon means you're facing what you fear most within yourself, whether that's anger or power you've suppressed within yourself, or the instinctual drive that you've tried to cage. This is an excellent time for harnessing raw, pure energy and working through your shadow. This is great for strengthening your inner will, re-strengthening your wards, channeling a power that you've not yet tapped into. Dragon work is about meeting the part of yourself that feels too dangerous, too wild, or too much. Instead of ignoring that dragon, you feed it, listen to it, and let it teach you how to channel your power without burning everything down. All right, next we have void walking. Now, this is something I've not really heard a lot of people talk about, but it's something that I heavily utilize whenever I'm able to. All right, next we have void walking. Now, this is something I have not heard many people talk about. I would be more than happy to talk about it a little bit more if you guys are interested. But this is something that I heavily lean into as much as I'm able to. As someone who's extremely sensitive to energetics, I literally have to wear earplugs when I'm at work on the daily basis, okay? This is not even just like a one-off thing on a weird day. This is something I have to wear on a daily basis to be able to function. Void and void walking, in the way that I utilize it, is a practice of stepping into consciously into the cosmic emptiness. This is the dark womb of the universe. This is a place where nothing and everything exists all at once, and for the most part, things are just calm. There is nothing happening at one moment. You're just kind of floating in this ether of space and time. There's no light. There's just the void kind of holding you. I liken it to water wrapping around you and hugging you. I find it extremely comforting. In older traditions, mystics talk about crossing the abyss. Like, shamans describe journeying into the underworld. The Taoists speak of Wajui, the fertile emptiness. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'll put the text up here. All of these point to the same experience. Dissolving into the void so we can return changed. And this is what I utilize whenever I'm able to help restore and recharge my batteries. This is kind of like the universe's rest chamber. You go in and come out rejuvenated. It's kind of like the universe's spa, in my opinion. Another practice that you can utilize is shadow armor creation. Now, this is something that I've utilized over the years as someone who has gone through their fair bit of trauma. I have been able to utilize my trauma experiences as a way to reinforce my protections. So, for example, I would just give an example of a small injury I've had. I tripped over a volleyball netting line when I was younger, and I have a scar on my leg. That scar is now energetically a tripwire for spirits to alert me when there's something on its way that I don't want. As an example, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If not, I don't mind going into more detail in the comments, but this is a great time when no one's really aware of what you are doing, and they can't sense and get a place of where you're at and energetically how you're doing protection wise. This is a great time to work on your protections, your physical wards around yourself. So I literally have built up a suit of armor around myself that I wear on the daily that doesn't weigh me down. It's light as a feather, but it is protected. It is fortified. There's layers upon layers of it. And this is something that I definitely cannot go without, at least fortifying at least once a year. So what do I plan on doing on the Black Moon? So for me, I have a couple workings. I have someone who's been popping up from my past that has been ticking me off a little bit. I don't often do this kind of thing, but I will be doing hex work on the dark moon. I will also be doing a bit of a binding with stipulations of rules broken. I get prosperity and you get a punishment, because I'm just so very done. Let me know if you guys can relate. Just so very done. We'll also be doing a black moon oil. This is something I want to be able to harness and utilize throughout the next coming months for as long as I possibly can, and utilize it in other different concoctions that I'm creating. So I'm going to make a huge batch of my black moon oil. And then I'm also going to be doing a blockbuster, and you can watch all of that through live ritual footage. And I'll be recording all of my rituals and posting them in a vlog format for earlier on in this next coming week. So I'll be working through this weekend through the rituals and filming everything, and then it'll be up earlier this week. So if you don't want to miss out on that, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, and the like and share with your friends and family who would love to see this video and not miss out on this powerful dark moon. That is all, my loves. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know what you're going to be doing in the comments below for the black moon, and if you've worked with it before, and if you do anything different. Let me know how you utilize this. I love to talk to you guys. And with all that said, I will see you in the next video. Bye.